Well, hello and welcome back to Chamber Vibes. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome. Let me just give you a rundown of what's going on. So, I'm your host, Foster Garrett, Director of Marketing and Events for the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce. And if you don't know what a chamber is, that's totally fine. Let me tell you. We are a nonprofit membership organization that strives to help the Bedford area prosper by serving and collaborating with local businesses, organizations, and people. And every week I get to interview a different chamber member to find out what they do and why they do it. And it's recorded right here in beautiful Bedford, Virginia, broadcasting on Grove Street FM and brought to you by Media Squatch. I also want to thank Mark Snowden with Lamar Outdoor Advertising for helping bring this podcast to you. Without sponsors like Mark, we really wouldn't be able to do opportunities like this. And this podcast is an amazing way to get tuned into the Bedford area and the businesses, organizations, people, nonprofits, agencies, what have you, that help make what it is. I get to learn so many different things every week by talking to people that work and live right here in our area. And it's really cool because every week I think that I know what we're going to talk about before I get there. And I always leave with something new that I've learned. I've learned about hidden gems in the area, about services, about just cool people that are here for whatever reason, whether they threw a dart on the map or they've been here all their lives. So I encourage you to listen all the way through to this episode, but also go back and check out the ones that have been recorded before and keep tuned in for the future episodes. There's so much that you can learn about what makes our area thrive, and you can go ahead and use it to expand your knowledge of our community and do some fun things. Before we get to the actual podcast, though, I do want to tell you about some of our upcoming events at the Chamber. We organize a lot of different programming that benefits not only our business community, but Bedford as a whole. And this summer, we have a lot of free programming. We have really heavy event seasons in the spring and the fall, but during the summer, it tends to be a little bit lighter. But that also gives us a little bit more flexibility with the cool things that we can provide. So last week, if you listened, you know that I had the Lynchburg Hellcats on the podcast, and we actually went there that same day for a networking event in the evening. We have our own VIP skybox, it's catered, and it's really fun to be able to go inside and enjoy the AC, but also have your own little private balcony where you can watch the game. And if you didn't know, the Hellcats are number 1. So even better to go watch good baseball. We're actually going to have another evening networking event right back at Bank of the James Stadium on July 10th. And that game starts at 6:30, so you can roll up 6:15, 6:30, even a little later if you want to. Stay, watch the game in a very informal way. Get to know other chamber members. So it's really fun. I encourage you to go online and RSVP for that event. Since it is limited space, we can have about 15 people max. Any more than that, it starts to get real cramped in there. It is limited and only for chamber members, so go ahead and learn about that. We also have a business roundtable next Tuesday, June 24th, from 8:30 to 10 a.m. at the Bedford Area Welcome Center. The business roundtables that we host are co-hosted, actually, by the Bedford County Office of Economic Development and the Town of Bedford Economic Development Office. So we do that as a way to bring resources and hot topics to our business community. It's free and open to the public. We do ask that you RSVP just so that we can have chairs and coffee ready for you when you get there. But this topic is called Leading with Vision. So it's going to be a little different from some of the roundtables we've done before. This is going to be a leadership development experience, and it's going to be facilitated by Amanda Stanley, who is a coaching consultant and the owner of the Artisan Leader, which is her very own coaching consulting business. And if you have ever met Amanda or been to an event where she's been a speaker or a facilitator, you know that she is amazing. So we're looking forward to developing our leadership with her and working together with our peers because it is a roundtable and it's interactive. And it'll be a really great event. There's not a whole lot of personal development experiences that are free like this. So we really highly encourage you to come on out next Tuesday, June 24th, to that event at the Bedford Area Welcome Center. And you'll find our full calendar of events on bedfordareachamber.com. You might see a lot from us in the coming months about our annual gala. That's our biggest event of the year. So you can go online and find all of that there. And I'll drop our phone number at the very end of the podcast so that you can give us a call and ask all sorts of questions about our programming and who we are and what we do. But make sure to listen all the way through so that you can get that. That's enough for me, though. Without further ado, please allow me to introduce today's guests, John Hendry and Linda Brake with the SML Civitan Club. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you very much, Foster. It's great to be here.
Thank you for joining me, John. And Linda, you're a frequent flyer at this point.
I certainly am. You'll find me everywhere.
We really do find you everywhere. Well, awesome. Well, before we kind of get into the question and answer, can you both just tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Well, okay, I guess I'll start. I'm not sure how much you want to hear, but I'm from upstate New York, originally born and raised in a small town called Vestal, New York. If you don't know where that is, it's kind of near the Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, the snow belt of the universe. And I went to high school there, went to college there, came down to actually moved from there to Jersey, and then from Jersey down to Virginia. So that's kind of my background. I've got a business administration background and worked with credit unions for many years in that capacity.
That's cool. It's funny when people say like where they've come from and now they're here. How long have you been in the Bedford area?
About 7 years now.
About 7 years. Okay, cool. You're basically a local.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Love it here.
Awesome. And how about you, Linda?
Well, I'm a transplant from Richmond, but I've been here 31 years, so I'm
100% a local.
I'm 100% local now. But I'm also celebrating my 10-year anniversary with Civitan.
Oh, congratulations.
I was brought in 10 years ago by Angela Newman, who was a charter member, and it just, I fell in love with the group because it does so much for the local nonprofit serving children and adults with disabilities. So I'm proud to be a member and proud to be here today, co-piloting with their president, John.
Yeah. John, how long have you been with the Civitan Club?
I've been with Civitan for about 3.5 years now.
Gotcha.
And basically, I'll tell you what prompted me to get involved in Civitan. I participated in a golf outing. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But 3 years ago, Randy Camden, who did a podcast here several years ago, was the president. And he did the opening remarks, the welcoming remarks before everybody teed off. And what he said just inspired me. He talked about the mission. Didn't spend a lot of time on that, but I was ready to sign up right then and there. I wrote my check for the dues. And since then, I've been, very involved with it.
That's
with the club.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool. I didn't know that you were recruited at the golf tournament.
Yes. Well, actually, I was proactive about it. I just went up to Randy and said, sign me up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And now here you are and you're the president. And Linda, you're a past president, aren't you?
I certainly am. I did 2 tours of it. So.
Who knows how many more, right?
Oh, you never know.
Oh, gosh.
You never know. But he's done a great job this year and just has grown our club. And we're just involved in a lot of activities now, which we'll be talking about shortly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Before we kind of get into it, you touched a little bit about what the mission of the Civitan Club is. But can you just tell us a little bit about the history and what it is?
Yeah, I guess I could start that too. Back in 1917, a few years before I was born, during the midst of the World War I, actually, and I'm not sure how they pulled this off, but apparently there were some forward-thinking businessmen that got together in Birmingham, Alabama, and just started talking about things like community service, what they can do for their fellow citizens, that sort of thing. And they formed a club. And that was, again, back in 1917. And within a decade, there was like 100 clubs. I'm not sure how that started, and then it just went viral. So it's really
going viral in 1920s.
Yeah, it just.
I'm sorry, it's just the turn of phrase.
Now it's like a global organization,
it's worldwide.
That's really cool.
Worldwide, and there's most of the clubs are in the United States. We're not in every state. Of course, we're here in Virginia. There's like 4 other clubs in Virginia, but there's probably about 40,000 members in the world. Africa, Asia,
Europe.
They're
everywhere.
They're everywhere. And each club has its own unique mission, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Like we kind of had the same similar standard mission of Civitan International, but everybody's got their own needs and things that they need to do as far as the community, so, but it's been a blast trying to do what we do best.
Yeah. And how long roughly has our local SML Civitan Club been in existence?
What I would say
11 years.
11 years. Yeah, because this is.
Wow. So you've been with it basically since the beginning, London.
Yeah, I'm not a charter member. I came in. I'm not one of the charter
You just
members.
missed
but
it barely.
I just missed it by this much. But yeah, it's 11 years, and we're still growing, and we're still doing a lot of great things in the community.
Yeah, and you've mentioned that your focus is on people with disabilities and raising money to support them. I think that resonates with a lot of people because it is an amazing mission. And I think that you guys do a lot of work around here that people might not know is like the Civitan Club behind it, but they see the impact of it. And you've mentioned that it's an international organization as well. Can you just talk a little bit about, I think that when people think of like service, they typically think of like Rotary. How do you guys differ from Rotary a little bit? I think that's one of the things that people just typically get conflated.
Well, we participate in like Wake the World, where the children come out that's never been on boats. We serve lunch. Our club does. So we help with those types of events and Special Olympics. Big Feet, Little Feet.
That's a great event. Yeah.
Up at Liberty High School. We go up there and we also serve lunch and assist it. So it's basically we're out in the community with at these events. Also Cravables. I'll let John expand on that.
Yeah, Cravables. I don't know if you've had them here.
I haven't had them on the podcast, but I've met Genevieve Weaver, who is a little bit behind it, and also does a lot of special education, workforce development, and things like that at Jefferson Forest High School. She actually had the Cavalier coffee cart at our recent job fair, and her students were actually making coffee and serving it to the job seekers and the people coming through. But I think it's really cool that y'all's mission and your programs are they're very broad in like what you're doing, but your mission is very specific in who you're serving and who you're fundraising for.
Right. Yeah. Our primary, going back just for a second on Rotary, when people do ask me, what's the difference? The platform really is the same. It's an assembly of clubs, service clubs, and we do similar things. We have meetings every month. We do fundraisers, as you mentioned, community projects. But our main focus is supporting people with disabilities, through fundraising, like Linda said, community service activities, that sort of thing, special projects. Cravables, getting back to them, is an outstanding. They've only been about a year in business. They're a small ice cream shop in Lynchburg, and they actually create jobs for disabilities, people that have disabilities. So
intellectual disabilities.
Yeah, and it's just amazing. They're going to be a recipient of our upcoming cornhole tournament in a few days, which I'm going to talk about. And so that's the kind of organization that we like to collaborate with and help support, not just financially, but just word of mouth, trying to get them more business. But they're amazing. They really are.
Also, Harmony Day support. We have a day on the boat. That's amazing. I haven't been able to attend that to help with that, but they will bring those folks out and they get out on the boat, and some of them are in wheelchairs, and it is just the most amazing thing to be able to help
make that experience accessible.
Yes.
Yeah.
To people that typically wouldn't have that opportunity.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they're going to be out today.
Oh, really?
And they have two boat rides. One is today as we speak. So I'm actually sacrificing my time here and not being on the boat.
No.
Oh, gosh.
We should have done the podcast on the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would
Good
be really
idea.
fun, actually.
I'll do more podcasts with you if that's the case.
Yeah.
So, and then there's one coming up later this month as well.
Nice.
So,
Well, hopefully you'll make it out for that one. The weather's going to be perfect for them today.
yeah, should be great.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you mentioned the cornhole tournament. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Is that this weekend or the next?
That's this Saturday.
Oh, wow.
This Saturday at the Apocalypse Ale House in Beer Garden.
Mhm.
It's in Forest, Virginia. And Cravables will be the recipient for that. And I think we've had cornhole tournaments for about 3 or 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And generally they've been at Hot Shots
Mhm.
in Monita.
Why are you saying it like that?
Monita.
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 Oh, man.
I'm in trouble.
You're not beating.
New York is showing.
That was crazy.
I'm in trouble. So that's going to be held this Saturday. And Cravables, again, is going to be the recipient of that tournament. So hopefully we'll get a lot of people out and support them as much as we can.
Yeah, people love cornhole too. My friends are
They do.
so competitive about it.
Yes.
I'm just like winging the little beanbags and having a good time, and they're like super focused.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like a really fun tournament.
Well, fortunately, all skill levels are
welcome.
They
Yes.
are welcome.
Is it going to be more of is it like a round robin, or do you have partners?
I think it's going to be like a round robin.
Gotcha.
There are going to be partners. There's going to be first prize is $300 in cash.
Ooh.
Second prize is $200. Third prize is $100.
Nice.
The entry fee is $50 per team. There's going to be a 50-50 raffle at the end as well. So it should be a lot of fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. And it's at Apocalypse too. People love Apocalypse. They really do.
It's actually one of my favorite spots.
I know it is.
I love the beer garden.
Yeah.
I've never actually
That's
been
not
over
why
there,
it's
but-
there, though.
Oh, really?
That just happens to be.
Just happens to be the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And what time does it start?
It starts at 12:30 with registration,
Okay,
and 1
perfect.
o'clock is actually playtime.
Nice.
And probably be about 2 hours.
And the weather should be nice for
Weather
you guys.
should be perfect.
Hopefully it shouldn't be too hot. I think Sunday's supposed to be super hot. Saturday, a little bit hot.
Yeah, that's actually why we made it at 1 o'clock, because it does get hotter in the afternoon around here. It really
Yeah.
does.
Alrighty. Well, and all the proceeds go, I think that's what makes Civitan really, interesting to me, is that you guys don't keep any money that you raise.
No, we don't. We really don't. Everything goes to the recipients. Now, at the golf tournament, which we may talk about a little later, that's a little different because we have expenses. But, the net proceeds go to all the recipients.
A golf tournament is nothing to sneeze at. That is a beast of an event to organize.
Yes.
Well, the golf tournament is the largest fundraiser we have since I've been around. And I think over the past 10 years, this is the 11th one.
Oh, wow.
11th annual. It's going to be held at the Waterfront Country Club in Monita.
Stop saying it like that. Oh, my God.
Yeah. This is a bit of shift for us. We usually have it, since I've been around, Copper Cove was the first place. And then last year we had it at Mariners Landing.
Oh, nice.
And this year we switched it up a little bit to Waterfront.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
At the country club.
At the country club.
Yeah. So we have, Linda and I actually were talking about it just before we started this podcast. And we've already got 10 sponsors.
Oh, wow.
Different businesses. You had talked about nonprofits, being collaborating with them. We try to do the same thing with the nonprofits. And I mean, there's a lot of generous folks out there who are willing to chip in. And usually we get, by the end of the time frame, about 20 to 22
Nice.
sponsors.
That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So have you decided who the recipients will be for the golf tournament this year?
Yes, actually, Bedford Ride is one.
Nice.
Healing,
Very worthy organization.
yeah,
Thank you.
and then Healing Strides,
Hmm.
Food for Kids,
That's a really good one too.
and Children's Assistive Technology Services, which is also known as CATS,
Yes.
is a recipient as well. So we're going to have 4 recipients this year.
That's awesome. And I know that you work with a lot of those organizations pretty frequently too. Is there anything I want to ask, like, let me get my words straight, guys. Are there any newer organizations that you've seen cropping up recently other than Cravables? I know that they're one of them, but any other like new initiatives?
Well,
The answer can be no.
yeah. Let me just say, it could be no, but we're always trying to stir the pot and looking for other nonprofits that we want to collaborate with, that we feel is a real need that fits our mission to support.
And do you typically stay like in Bedford, Franklin County, those 2 areas, or push it out a little bit? Just depends, I guess.
Yeah, I know that,
The ARC. Didn't
yeah, we had, like, we go into Lynchburg once in a while, but primarily I think Franklin and Bedford, but we will stretch out. I mean,
Gotcha.
we've this Harmony Day Support that Linda mentioned is in Lynchburg.
No.
They're
It's
in
Bedford.
Forest.
It's in Bedford.
Oh,
County.
I'm sorry. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're right
This is why I have Linda.
She's got to keep you straight.
Yes, they're in New London, which
They are.
is in Forest.
Yeah, London, right next to the golf course.
Yes,
Yeah.
right behind Sheets.
They're in like a nice little tucked away area.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. I had Andy on the podcast, I think 2 years ago, really close to when I first started. And he's telling me all about Harmony, and Harmony's absolutely amazing. And they were about to start their renovations, and he's telling me all about their sensory rooms and like how they're able to give really intentional one-on-one opportunities to the individuals that go there. And I'm like, where is this? And he was like, oh, you probably pass it all the time. It's it's right next to the Sheets and New London Downs. And I was like, what? Really? I mean, I've grew up here. I never had even seen it before, but it's a nice little tucked away area.
Really
and now every
is.
time I pass it, I'm like, there's Harmony Day Support.
In our club, we went out there, had an outing, and Andy showed us all around, and we got to meet some of the folks that attended, and it's what a wonderful, amazing place. And like you, I've been by it a million times. I never even knew it was there.
Well, that's what makes this podcast great and makes the chamber great.
Yeah.
Is we get to learn all about these great things that are happening in our community that maybe we just haven't ever taken the moment to turn our head as we pass by and really think about what they are. And it's really cool to kind of bring it all together because it's all interconnected too.
Well, I'll tell you, my term is ending as president, coming up, and they're 1-year terms. But what I'd like to do is start reaching out to more nonprofits, just go and introduce myself, just have a conversation and see where it goes, see if there's something we can do to help them. And you were talking about Harmony. Andy Coleman, and I didn't know this until recently, is on the board of Cravables.
Oh, really?
Which is amazing.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, I just found out recently, which is amazing. There's just so many connections, right? As you had mentioned before. And Harmony is going to be our title sponsor for the golf tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really kind of them, especially because, I mean, they could be a recipient, so they're being a sponsor. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. It is amazing.
Well, let's circle back to the golf tournament because we got a little bit off track. What day is the golf tournament?
Great question. Great question. It's a Friday, September 26th.
Okay, cool. It's a Friday.
Yeah, it's a Friday.
So that makes sense if you're a business person and you want to sign some people up from your business.
Yeah.
it would work very easily to do it on that Friday.
Yeah.
Or you just want to go and do business on the golf course.
There you go.
True, that too.
It's a great place to do business.
It really is. Yeah.
What are some other things that people can look forward to with the golf tournament?
Well, my favorite thing is there's a $10,000 hole-in-one
Whoa.
contest.
Wow.
Yeah. It's one of the par threes there.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally have never had a hole-in-one, but I know it's exciting when
the pressure's on when you know that $10,000 at stake.
Yeah, cash on the barrel. Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And we got things like closest to the pin, longest drive,
for women and
for
also
men and women.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got a lot going on. Raffles, we do raffles.
Mm-hmm.
We are actually we've got a separate raffle to win a Gosney pizza oven.
Oh,
have you heard of that before?
No.
You know,
like a Brit,
like a dome pizza oven.
No, it's a very bougie pizza oven.
Yeah,
that's a very bougie pizza oven.
And
I want it.
Yeah, and then what's called
the big green egg.
Big green egg.
I was about to ask. People love doing those as giveaways. Those go hand in hand too.
Yeah, and one of our big sponsors for that is Caps in downtown Monita.
Gosh, it's driving me nuts,
they're an awesome organization by themselves. They really get involved in the community.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
They support a lot of things in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's awesome. Do you have any other any reasons to sponsor the golf tournament? Any reasons to attend?
Well, to be honest with you, I think it's a good way to meet new people and interact with them, even old friends getting together for the first time in a while. They haven't seen each other. The camaraderie, the fellowship, just those characteristics alone defines who we are as a organization.
Yeah.
And we provide lunch.
Oh,
so
it's huge. Yeah.
It's just an all-inclusive day. I mean, of going out and playing golf and for a good cause.
Seriously, for a good cause. At the end of the day, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other events or programs coming up?
Well, those, like I said, those are our major things going on right now. We have, there's a lot going on, but I'm trying to think of Wake the World, right? That's another one. That's another organization I didn't know much about until recently. We had the co-founder speak last month. I think you were there, Linda, right? Did an amazing job. But they supply adaptive water skiing
that's cool.
equipment, and they take out their clients who are disabled on the boat to ski. This is what they do for a living, and it's a huge organization. It's really one of the largest in the world that does this kind of thing.
Oh, really?
They're all over the place. So we're going to have a couple of events coming up where we're going to help sponsor the lunch and be cheerleaders for these people that go out. And should be a good time. You should come.
Oh, dude, I'm so scared of water skiing. I don't know how anybody can do it.
You just watch.
Just watch.
Yeah.
Nobody's asking you to ski.
I was about to say, I was like, what is the request? I'll go be a cheerleader on the side.
Yeah.
You can be on the boat. I mean, spotting.
There you go.
Or just
that would be fun.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that you guys tie your mission specifically to the lake and doing aquatic activities. That's really interesting.
Well, the lake, to me, being from upstate New York, the lake is the center point of the community. We try to connect with them. What's it called? SMLA, Smith Mountain Lake Association.
Oh yes, yeah.
We actually had him scheduled to speak in February this year, but it
snowed so much.
We had to cancel the meeting. But and I've never met the gentleman who was the executive director, but they certainly have needs that they need to fulfill. in regards to the lake, and we want to be able to branch out to them and see if we can help out. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, you probably already know this, but they had the cleanup day. Okay, and a couple of us were part of that. It was my first time, and that was an amazing
It's fun doing
experience.
stuff
Taking
like
that
that.
debris out of there.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. My wife came with me. I met a lot of people. Talked a little bit. I didn't really formally talk about Civitan, but I wore the Civitan shirt.
You were representing.
Yeah,
Representing you.
there was a couple of us that did that, and it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot that's happening in Smith Mountain Lake that is just like amazing. Not just in terms of like growth, but also like the businesses and the people and the nonprofits that are kind of like trying to keep our lake healthy and clean and fun and safe for everybody.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different pieces of that. And I think it's cool how SML Civitan Club kind of fills in a part of that. And especially like with partnering with other organizations, like being around for 10, 11 years, you guys have grown a lot. And you've mentioned that you've recruited and you're continue to recruit and grow people for your organization. Around how many club members do you have right now?
At our club in Smith Mountain Lake,
Yep.
we have 26.
Oh, wow.
27, 28.
That's
right in
awesome.
there. Yeah.
Linda, how many did you guys have when you first started?
Oh, gosh. We were maybe under 20.
Mm-hmm.
But it fluctuates. Our membership does. People move away.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when they move away, they're not a member anymore. So, but we're always looking for new members to get involved, and you can participate as much or as less as you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I work full time, so some of these things I'm not able to participate in, but golf tournament, and unfortunately the cornhole tournament this Saturday is the same day as the Bedford Ride Volunteer Appreciation Picnic.
No.
Yeah, so I was like, oh no, I can't possibly.
You can't possibly be in two places at once.
No. And I don't know if I've shared this, but John Hendry is also a Bedford Ride volunteer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, he's multi-purpose.
Seriously, though.
I wear many hats, as does the organization. I mean, we are multifaceted,
Mm-hmm.
if that's a word.
Are you finding yourself at the point where you want to do a lot of service stuff, but you're at capacity and you just have to restrain yourself?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell.
He's holding back.
Yeah.
He's holding back, especially when you meet so many cool people and organizations through organizations you're already a part of. You always want to say yes, but
the whole key is the more members that we have, the more things that we can do.
yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this before we started here this morning. It's really all about people, meeting people. And as Linda just said, we're trying to recruit all the time. I think the best way to learn about Civitan is to come to one of our meetings. Because we're, that's what we do, is we just talk about Civitan and what we can do and plan fundraising events and all these other things, and talk about the history. 1 week every, 1 month every year, usually in February, we honor local clergy and bring in somebody. This year, again, we couldn't because of the weather. We've only had a few meetings this year because of the weather, but so that's a big thing with us, part of another, I guess, outreach type of program that we get involved in, because they're out. You might know some chaplains there. I don't know, but I met a couple of them at the Bark, which is another great resource.
I was about to say, you went to Bark.
I did.
Awesome.
I did go.
Nice.
I did go, and it was an amazing experience because it was my first time. Linda was there.
And you found me there.
I saw Linda there. And at the end of the session, they passed the microphone to everybody. And, you did your elevator type speech, if you will. And it was good. I just, again, you met a lot of people, gave business cards. Here's this is me. This is what we do. Give us a call. We can help. But again, just to reiterate, it's really all about the people and the fellowship and just getting together. The most at our meetings, I put together an agenda like all the presidents do, and lunch is the most important piece of. Yeah, it really is, because that's where we all get together, and the fellowship. We have an invocation. We do the Pledge of Allegiance. Then we have lunch, and
the Civitan Creed.
Oh yeah, we have a Civitan Creed. It's like
Nice.
the Bible, and we all stand up and we recite that. I don't know, unless I see it on paper, I couldn't recite it without looking, but it's really cool. I don't have it here, but you're right. It's just that alone, expressing those words, that makes the whole meeting worthwhile, I think. Then sometimes we have a guest speaker coming in.
Now, when we raise money, we also we pay dues annually, annual dues, and some of that goes back to international. And Civitan International Research is located down at the University of Alabama, and I had the opportunity with 2 other club members back in 2017. It was Civitan's 100th anniversary. We went down there and we got to take a tour of the research that was going on at the University of Alabama, and it was amazing. And we got to see one of the MRIs machines that the dues that we pay from all over the world contributed to the purchase of that machine.
That's cool.
That studies, that helps detect brain disorders. And we got to meet some of the scientists. We were there, I think it was for like 3 hours, and it wasn't long enough. It was just really amazing. And that's what sold me, because I became president the following year. Well, it sold me after I saw it, it's one thing to talk about it, but when you see it, it's, just really resonated with me. It's like, okay, I need to serve in a higher capacity.
Moving. That's very moving, especially when you're doing things locally, like you're serving your community, and that's amazing. But when you can contribute to something that will help everybody, especially something like that where you can literally see the results, that's really incredible.
It was like they do research for autism, any type of brain disorder, and just to be able to meet these scientists and for them to demonstrate what they're working on, it was just truly amazing.
That's awesome.
I mean, I definitely want to go there, and you were telling me about the great experience you had.
It was really one I'll never forget.
Yeah. And really, the bottom line, that's what it's all about. And I'll be attending. There's a convention every year at different spots. I know Linda's gone to a couple. I've been to 1 or 2, and this year it's in Atlanta, Georgia. Hotlanta.
In August.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's be so hot.
Yeah, I heard the traffic was really tough.
It is.
Atlanta. Like you don't look at the driver in his eyes. You don't look.
Oh really?
You just look away.
You better be looking at the road, because it's pretty scary down there.
Yeah. So when we get down there, there's going to be a lot of chat about the research center that Linda just described. And the executive director will be there. He may bring a couple scientists and have a separate, program just to learn more about them. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, if people are interested in attending a meeting, how can they get in touch with you? And when are your monthly meetings? When and where?
Yeah, another great question. There's the second Wednesday of every month.
Okay.
11:30 a.m. They usually go for 1:15, 1:30.
Okay.
There's a lunch in between, as I mentioned, and it's at the Bethlehem United Methodist Church in Monita. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And should people get in touch with you directly if they're interested in attending?
Yeah,
learning more?
they could call me.
Okay.
Should I give my phone
Yeah,
number?
give your phone number.
Okay. Area code is 609 462 3312.
Okay.
And my email address is jhendery1108 @gmail.com.
Nice. Now everybody can find you.
Or they can reach out through our Facebook page,
Oh,
which is
perfect.
Smith Mountain Lake Civitan Club. And they can just reach out. And if you want to come, that we really need to have a head count. So since we have a catered lunch, so it's always best to let us know, and we'd be happy to have you.
Awesome. And if you just want to follow their Facebook and stay tuned in to what's going on, it's a good thing to do as well.
Like your page, please.
So the person that's running the social media.
Yes, I do. I handle all the social media for the club.
Yeah, I just, she's the guru.
I wouldn't say
She
that.
knows exactly what to do, how to post it and all that. I just sent an email, could you post this, please? And the next day, it's on, maybe even that day. Yeah.
Just send me an email.
You're amazing, Linda.
She wears many hats.
Alrighty. Well, do you guys have anything else you'd like to add?
I would just say thank you for the opportunity to come out and talk about our club. It's always, I love being here at Media Squatch.
It is so cool.
It is.
We love having you on the podcast. We'll have to do it again.
Yes. I'm sure I'll be on pretty soon.
We'll just write down another one of your commitments and get them on for another episode.
Yeah, and if we inspired one person to join the club, then that's all that counts. That would be
amazing. Or even more amazingly, if you inspired somebody to sponsor the golf tournament or something else.
There we go.
Or sign up.
Come out and play cornhole on Saturday.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun.
Apocalypse.
You need something to do. Go do something that's good for everybody.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you both so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you again for having us. Appreciate that.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, if you want to learn more about us at the Chamber, you can call us at 540-586-9401, or you can visit our website, bedfordareachamber.com, for information about our mission and the perks of becoming a member. But also on our website is a full directory of our membership, which is helpful for finding all sorts of great things in the region, including the SML Civitan Club. But that's all for today. Thanks so much for listening, and keep an ear out for the next Chamber Vibes episode.